Okay, I can start as well. Good afternoon, good morning, professor and class. So as you can probably see, it's only Gabby and Val in the presentation just because our teammate Ash is feeling very under the weather. She recently just lost her voice and she will not be able to join us. However, she did do the presentation that we are sharing right now on the screen. So I will read her parts and we'll go from there.
Okay, so hi professor, hi class. This presentation it's gonna be me, Gabby, and Val, and we are gonna go through the Padman. Do not know how to pronounce his name, Mr. Muruganathan. He was the founder and CEO of Jayashri Industries.
Perfect. He was also a visionary social entrepreneur who revolutionized menstrual hygiene for women. And he discovered in 1998. This is Ash's part, by the way. Um, she, I am so sorry. This is Ash's part. He discovered in 1998 that his wife used old rags during her menstruation period, just because the cost of sanitary pads it was very expensive at that time. And he experimented with, different prototypes and different situations for his wife to see which one was more comfortable for her. So after 6 long years of all this experiment, he developed a low-cost sanitary pad machine that was priced at, I believe that is $950, like US dollars, compared to $500,000 for imported machines, which is great actually. That is a big difference in monetary value. And he also revolutionized the menstrual hygiene in rural India by creating the low-cost sanitary napkin machines, which is at that time, obviously in 1998, it was not that we don't have the technology that we had before. Um, and also to add a little more, his machines empowered women in rural India by just enabling them to produce and sell sanitary pads, and it also created jobs and improved menstrual hygiene for millions of people as well. And I believe that it would also improve health in a way because obviously, like as a woman that you go through your whole menstrual period, your health is also important. So having like a comfortable pad for your private parts is obviously, important. So it was very nice of him that he thought of his wife.
Yeah. Okay, so why is he a visionary leader? He had a clear vision for change. He recognized the widespread issue of inadequate menstrual hygiene in rural India and envisioned affordable, accessible sanitary pads for all women. Um, it's well known, I believe, from all of us that hygiene wise, especially for a woman, once we do have our period, that um, before a lot of years before, people usually use washcloths. Actually, not that many years before. I'm pretty sure that nowadays we have a lot of like poor areas in countries that people still use like
Mhm.
these methods. But we all know that washcloths, like getting wet, and or like I heard that a few places they use journal, so newspaper to that's not safe and that's not healthy. It can cause a lot of
Mhm.
infections, especially that I believe he was a visionary leader because he he is saving money from health as well, because when these people get infection they end up in the hospital,
Yeah.
so and someone needs to pay this bill.
No, yeah, agreed. And Gabby, now that I think about it, you are a nurse. So like I'm thinking about like all the things in like in the health area that like in that time, the technology and like the innovation wasn't as great as before. And
Yeah.
like, right, like I don't know why like the you are a nurse just kind of came to mind because I'm like, oh my God, like imagine like being a nurse in like the 1990s and like not being able to like, you know what I mean? Like not being able to like help women in like their menstrual periods and like not having like a good like pad for them. Like I'm just thinking about all the things that they had to do, and it just breaks my heart actually.
It is, and it's sad because um I do have a lot of patients that go to the hospital for urinary tract infections. They
Oh,
have bacterias, and the problem is if you have that blood, that clot for a long time because you are not able to change your pad or you do
hmm.
not have ways to afford like pads. The problem is that the bacteria can go up. So it can be a huge problem. It starts outside and goes up all the way like through your kidneys. This is a
Oh my God.
huge, huge problem. Yes. And he was visionary, especially because first of all, I believe till nowadays a little bit, but menstrual periods, they are a taboo. People just don't feel comfortable
Yes,
talking about it. It was
yes,
like a sin, you know?
yes,
What do you
yes. I no, because I completely agree. Because there was this, this was like 2 years ago that I just remembered. I saw this TikTok about this lady. I don't remember her name, and I wish I remember her name. And she I apologize. And she in her TikTok videos, she was showing her own period blood. Like literally like her own pad and showing it to people. And she was saying to people like, oh my God, this is like people need to start talking about this because when your period blood looks like this and when your period blood looks like that. And in my brain, like this was like 2, 3 years ago, in my brain, I was like, why is she doing that?
Yeah,
Like
what's the
that, like
point?
why are you showing that? But then like I started reading the comments and people were like, you know what, this is so educational, like I learned so much. Oh my God, I just realized that I have PCOS, and I just realized that I have endometriosis, and I just realized that I have this because of based on what you told me. And I'm like, oh wait, this is actually like just that it just kind of goes along the idea that like it is taboo because even for me, like I'm 25 and I was looking at that video like, why is she doing that? But then like
Uh-huh.
other people were like, this is so educational. And I'm like, oh my God, like now I'm in the middle of like, is it taboo or is it educational? You know what I mean?
Yes, I completely feel Val, like it's interesting like till nowadays sometimes when I see like woman buying pads at CVS or Walgreens, it's almost they are shy for that. It's
Yes, they
almost like
are.
they have to hide the pads on the basket. And it's not a crime, and like it's really interesting because the this leader he sometime at the beginning of his idea he went to the pharmacy to buy menstrual pads for his wife, and he was uncomfortable because it was a black box, and it was really like it was like a sin, like it was not something that, hey, every lady, every woman becomes sexual, like active, and they have
Yes.
like their period. It was like, it was he felt that like it was a pack that
Mm-hmm.
when you buy, it's almost you have to hide it straight, because
Yeah.
it was not something like nowadays. It's like, oh, feel free, use our pads. You can do sports. It's not gonna leak.
Yeah.
Gonna have an amazing night of sleep because they are comfortable. Like
Mm.
everything working to make the life like less uncomfortable while you use pads, but before it was like a secret, like
Yeah.
nobody say nothing about this, like, or it was, oh my God, she bleeds, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I completely agree because like I was just thinking about you said so many good points, so I do have to give you that. I was thinking about like how empowering it might be for like a man to go it like for empowering at least for him to like go into a store and get like you get like a girl pads. Like I feel like that is so
Yeah.
empowering for a man. And like I don't know, I just feel like even if they should know, you know what I mean? Like they should know like which pad is for what, but that's like a whole different like context and that's a whole different the type of discussion. But like it's just the idea of like empowerment behind it that like I'm a man and I can still go and do that for my wife. It's like it's kind of beautiful when you think about it.
It
It's kind
is.
of like it kind of
Yeah.
makes it seem like it takes the taboo out of it. And this man really like for this man to even go and do that, it also shows that he loved his wife and that he was thinking about her.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong in that. There's nothing wrong in him being like, I'm gonna go get this for her.
Yeah, definitely. And this goes to our next step, innovation and risk taking. Despite facing social stigma and personal hardships, he took the risk of creating a new machine to produce
Mm.
low-cost pets, challenging established norms. So um, he he went, he saw, he bought. It was a really new thing for like men. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Men
In the
go,
1990s.
yeah. And like it was a real thing, and I just think about how much impact like the health organization and hospitals and cost wise, because I know when someone goes to the hospital with UTI, the tract infection,
Yeah.
it costs thousands of dollars to treat.
Oh, God.
Can you imagine all these hero woman and having that pads, not pads, like the washcloths or whatever, sitting there in the hot sun,
No, 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 no.
yeah, walking around like this guy. He saved a lot of money, like for health system as well, and he probably avoid a lot of that since really because at that point. Can you imagine get an infection that becomes like septic? It goes through all your stream like no good at all.
Yeah, no, that's not good. See, this is why when we were talking about it at the beginning, I was like, you're a nurse. Like I feel like you see this on a daily basis and like you understand it more than everybody. And like even your point of like what would happen if you have a pad on for a really long time. I didn't even know that. Like I did not know that. And I'm a clean freak, but I didn't even know that like it could come up to that point. So like you know what I mean? Like I just learned something
Yeah.
new, which thank you for that. And it's just this man just kind of made him seem like like exactly he's innovative. He's a risk taker. He identified this problem and it was like this is an actual problem. Like if it's not only affecting my wife, it's affecting every woman that
Yeah.
it's like around me in this point. Maybe his daughter, his aunt, his grandma, his mom, whatever it is. So like he literally thought about it. He thought about it. He thought this is a society problem. This is an issue. Like even lacking like affordable menstrual like products, it's a problem. Like even until today, because you were saying that too. Even until today, that is a problem.
Yeah.
But also kind of going back to the health issue. It's not only a health issue, it's also like a
Social,
exactly, and it's also like taking care of you, of like
cultural.
yes,
Yes.
exactly. So like even him thinking about that just made him even him thinking about it made him a leader. Like through and through, that's something that like a leader does. You see things and you see a problem and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna figure out a solution for that. And he did. So good for him.
Yes, that's so nice. And it brings I think it's really important as well. That like he was a visionary because besides all of that, but he look and he had the sensibility and the empathy to look for a problem that was unseen. Like people were thinking about, I don't know, crimes, trash in the streets and everything, but he went down. He looked for like he took that glasses, and like
Hmm.
he actually was able to see a specific problem, woman's problem, rural woman's problem, and that was amazing. It was completely out of his comfort zone,
Yes.
and the society comfort zone as well, because
Yes.
at the end of the day, nobody wants to think about what woman is using
Yeah.
yeah. So like, yeah, he empowered rural women by creating job opportunities, encouraged self-help groups to produce and sell sanitary pads, inspiring a global movement. This is
Hmm.
so nice. Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's a lot. Hold on. Go back again.
There we
I
go.
I believe we have another. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we only have the links. So, I mean, we can conclude really quickly, because I feel like we just kind of talked about everything. It is a case study of leadership. Like we can agree on that. It is a case study of leadership because he not only he not only like envisioned the problem, but he worked on it to fix it. First of all, he changed the narrative. He took the taboo out of it, and he did it in a way that benefited, like, that the society and benefited women and benefited a whole country. So
Definitely.
to conclude, he is a leader. It is a good case study for a leader, for, for like an example as a leader. And it's something that, like, even if you do that nowadays, it's not as, I feel like nowadays, like everything is so normalized that like nowadays people don't see it as like a big thing. They see it as like, oh, they should have done this a while back. But for him to do it in 1998, it's a huge deal. You know what I mean?
Yes, definitely. I completely agree, Val. He did a great job. He entered in a market that was not his. It was like he was just sensible to what his wife was going through and the high costs of menstrual pads and creating machines and education for all these women, especially the ones that live in rural areas. It was
Mm,
really out of the box.
I agree. I agree.
Okay.
Perfect. I think that's it, right, Gabby?
Yes, yes. I hope you
Okay.
guys like the presentation. Thank you so much, Val. Thank you, group.
Thank you, Gabby, of course. Well, thank you and thank you, class. Well, as I just wanted to kind of repeat this one more time for the sake of Ash. Ash did do the presentation and all of everything that we just read. It was Ash's discussion along with our discussion. So we didn't want to just kind of like overlook that because she did help us with that, even though she's feeling under the weather. So yeah, just wanted to kind of put that out there once again. But thank you, Gabby.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.